If you're between 13 and 18 and you love football, this video is for you. And before we get into anything, I want to kill one thought that might already be in your head, that it's too late. You've seen Lamine Yamal terrorizing Champions League defenders at 16. You've seen players like Leonard Carl stepping into elite football before they can even drive. And it makes you feel like your window is closing. But here's what nobody tells you: those players are the tip of the iceberg. The majority of professional footballers don't break through until they're 22 to 24, sometimes even 25. Your time is not up. It hasn't even started yet. Follow what I'm about to show you, and you will take a real step closer to the professional game. Now let's talk about something interesting. Why are players like Yamal and Pedri so dangerous compared to veterans twice their experience? It's not just talent, it's their size and age working in their favor. At 16, 17, these players are smaller, lighter, and lower to the ground than most pros they face. That physical difference forces them to develop something most big, strong players never have: to pure technique. Their first touch has to be perfect because they can't muscle their way through. Their dribbling has to be tight because one loose touch and a defender twice their size takes it. They can't rely on power, so they rely on skill. And they repeat those skills so many times at such a young age that by the time they reach senior football, the technique is locked in. No amount of pressure can take it away from them. That's why you being young right now is not a disadvantage. It is your biggest advantage. Use this window to build technique so deep that it becomes second nature. But here's where most players your age go wrong. They train every single day, they put in the hours, and they genuinely believe that effort alone is going to carry them to the top. And that belief is quietly killing their chances. Less than 1% of players make it professionally. And the gap between the 99% and the 1% isn't effort. It's everything around the effort. Most young players train in safe, comfortable, predictable environments. Same drills, same pressure level every single session. And when they finally step into a real, high-pressure environment like a trial, a big match, they freeze. Their reactions slow down. Their nerves take over. All that hard work suddenly doesn't show up. That's the core problem. And if you don't fix it now, while you're young, it only gets harder. So what's the fix? You need to start training like football actually is. Chaotic. Opponents don't wait for you. They press hard. They tackle aggressively. They do things you didn't expect. Everything is amplified at the professional level. Pros don't just have better skills, they have better responses. They adapt instantly. They make the right decision in a split second when nothing is going to plan. You build that by putting yourself in uncomfortable situations in training. Play in intense matches. Train against players who are better than you. Put yourself in drills where the pressure is real. Your brain and body need to experience chaos so that when the real moment comes, it feels familiar. Cone drills, like the Ronaldinho drill or the figure of 8, are a perfect example of this. Repetition done correctly builds technique to a point where your feet move without thinking. But then you take that technique into pressure situations, small-sided games, fast-paced rondos, intense 1v1s, and that's where it becomes professional level skill. Now let's talk about how you actually train, because working hard is not enough. Working hard without a plan is like running in circles. You're exhausted, but you're not going anywhere. Professional footballers don't just show up and kick a ball. Everything is structured. Every drill has a purpose. Every session has a goal. Every week is planned with variety, balance, and intent. You need to do the same. Most players your age will never make it. Not because they lacked talent, but because they kept showing up without a plan and never knew if they were actually improving. You now know better. Write your week out tonight. Give every session a purpose. Track your progress. One structured week becomes two becomes a habit, and that habit becomes the player you're trying to be. The only thing standing between you and that 1% is what you do when this video ends.